What's up, you guys? It's your girl Euphoria tapping in. And we're gonna make this reading today kind of quick. I want to jump straight in and do readings today. The climate of the day, the message that I'm getting as I'm waking up, looking at my environment is you have a new beginning coming your way. It's just a lot of people, places, and things that are used to you at a certain frequency, vibration, or consciousness level want you to stay at that level so they can remain having access to you. And them continue to have access to you won't stop you, but it can be hindering towards you getting to where you want to go because it resurfaces old traumas. Example, you live, say, in a neighborhood and you start seeing new opportunities come through. You're starting to make connections, whether that be in the astral realm, physical realm, workplace, contracts, things like that are coming up for you that are working in your favor that you're supposed to be starting. And you're ready to make those changes. However, when you came into the environment that you live in, you came in at a certain frequency or a certain way. You were displayed by someone, they speak in the ethers. People do talk telepathically, and someone gave maybe some intel on you saying certain things about you that weren't true, that eluded people to believe that they had the right to do certain things to you that were not of your highest, greatest good. So those people, they got used to accessing you in a certain kind of way or viewing you in a certain kind of way. And it's really hard for them to change their perspective on you, change how they respect you, change how they respect your personal space, things of that nature. It's just hard for them to really see you as someone that is not just for play. No, I do not smoke cigarettes. That is disgusting. I used to when I was 17 years old, and then I became a mom and I stopped. But yeah, so the message that I'm getting is it's a new beginning for you coming. So that could be you quitting cigarettes. That could be you quitting smoking. That could be you changing how you eat your diet, making some revamps in your relationships, whether that be platonic, or whatever. It's just collective. I'm speaking to. I'm talking to myself. So you are changing what's going on with you in your mind space, and there's people around you that don't necessarily want that change for you because that would change how you show up for them, and that doesn't make them feel good because then they have to realize that they have to do their own work, their homework. Hi, are you alone? We are never alone, even when we want to be. Unfortunately, in this universe, it requires you to have an observer and to be observed and to also do observing. What's up, Sage? So there's no such thing as being alone in this universe as much as you want to be. But that plays into what I'm saying, where you want to be alone because you want to make, time to maybe draw out plans for the business, do things mentally. And because of the places and spaces you're in, people who are used to, again, having a certain level of access to you are in your space. They're wanting to be able to, you know, tap in, touch, benefit from what you have going on. And where you're going or how you have to set yourself up moving forward is not necessarily that you don't want certain people to come with you. You just want to set up different boundaries and guidelines so that you and the people that you serve are protected, right? So as a business owner, that may look like, just keeping certain aspects of yourself on red or unseen, right? If you are going into a new space, as in like changing your diet or something like that, you might have friends start to invite you out, like, hey girl, let's go get a seafood boil, it's Sunday, and you like thinking, damn, I just wanted to change my diet. But that's usually how it goes. Like, as soon as you want to make those changes for you, all the temptation comes around. Even me, when I first moved to this apartment, I was like, I'm breaking up with this boy. I'm not coming. He's not coming with me. And literally about a week or so into being here, hey, man, what's up with you? Nothing. I'm home. Home? What you talking about home? I moved to my apartment. Oh, you finally? Oh, okay. Can I come over and get my hair done? I should have said no, but I let him in my space. And yeah, so learn from me. If you are ready to make a change, be constant, be permanent about it. Don't tell yourself, okay, I want to change how I'm eating and showing up in the world, and then run right back and start eating junk food and seafood. If you know that, I mean, of course, if you have the groceries and you want to get rid of the groceries, give all that stuff too. But I feel bad giving it to my kids if I'm not going to eat it. However you need to do, whatever you need to do, whether that be being a better partner to your spouse, you know, making time to sit down and ask them what's going on with them, you know, filling them out. You know, a lot of the times we get so used to being in a relationship with somebody, we forget to ask them how they're doing. I mean, I know that's what happened with me, but it's because, like, the way that the relationship started, it just didn't seem like that's where it was going. So when that person finally wanted that aspect of me, it was kind of hard to just make that shift, right? Not that I didn't want to, it's just, it was hard to make that shift. What else? Oh, let's see. If you are a business owner, that's going to require you to not be so friendly because you have to have enough energy and bandwidth to upstand your business. And there are people who are constantly tapping in with your business and they want to have a certain frequency. So you got to also have a certain amount of resources for people to be able to tap into that don't also allow you to be drained. Basically, you got to get you a burner phone and have the business being ran through the burner phone. Right? So we're working on a new chapter in life, and that's a good thing. Shout out to you guys in India. Yes, this is really my hair. It came out of my scalp. Okay. So as you're taking up this journey into the new version of you, what's going to happen new for you, whether that be new boundaries, new friendships, new relatives that you do or don't talk to, whether that be a new friend circle, new diet habits, new exercise habits, you might want to start exercising every day. Let somebody help you, lead you into that. That's why I've been doing 50 push-ups a day every day, you know, getting my arms together so that I could actually feel like, you know, people might think, oh, what she doing in there? She doing something bad to me. It's like, no, I'm really in here trying to work my body out and like clear my energy out. That's all I really do. I clear my energy. I work on my body. I do push-ups, simple stuff. Come on in, baby. What's up?
How long till those clothes dry?
Not very long. Probably by the time you get out the shower. Because you got a whole hour till you got to be at school, so you got time. So, also being a parent, on a spiritual level, when you start understanding how the world works and how you got to be a parent spiritually versus just being a parent in general, there's a different way to protect your children that requires you to like be more mindful of them, their aura, and what they got going on in their life. So the accountability level of you being a parent, like people just, oh, they just kids, they could be outside with their friends. Like, no, the world is a bit different now. I mean, it's always been like this. It's just when you finally get this level of awareness, I don't know why it came out like that. You got to be more mindful about what's going on with your kids, how you spend your time. What's up, love? Okay, so now that we got some eyebrows on, because I was looking a little strange without eyebrows. Oh, thank you for subscribing. And if you guys are here, please subscribe to the channel. I come on here live every day. I don't think I want to do any actual makeup today. I don't feel like it because I don't feel like having to be responsible for not scratching my face a certain kind of way. Then again, I might meet my husband today, so let me not act like I can't put my best foot forward every day. Also, random tip, if you're black, right, Oh, the live we're just talking about, this is about spiritual evolution. So I've been doing the pathway to becoming a starseed, accessing your spiritual gifts and stuff of that sort. So telekinesis, telepathy, things of that sort. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. What's SR? If you're black, a good color corrector is actually red. They always only tell us orange, but red is actually a really good color corrector. For olive to black skin tones, well, not black, but you know, olive skin tones, tan skin tones. Basically, my skin tone or a little bit darker. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Y'all help me get closer to 1,000 subscribers, which helps me monetize my channel, which will make me more active on the YouTube platform. Right now, I'm currently more active on TikTok and Instagram. Y'all can follow me there. Also, I make music. So if you guys are interested in listening to things like meditation music, things like melodic rap. I actually have a new album I'm working on currently right now. Is to help me get through this breakup. That you can listen to all of that on Apple Music and all streaming platforms. Yeah. So listen. And don't mind me. My son's also trying to get a spot on the ship too. So, you know, be mindful. We got a kid on the car. We got a kid in here. Got a 13-year-old riding with us. So everybody be mindful and be respectful, please. My son is a part of my live streaming. So just be mindful and be respectful of how we handle our energy as if your child was in this room with us as well. Respectfully. Thank you guys. All right. So let's get into the esoteric and occult and spiritual knowledge that we're so eager to learn. So when it comes to a new beginning, right? Again, we get backtracked sometimes into our old habits. However, that's actually the test. I feel like when I moved here, I was getting into a new space, and how I'm now learning to show up for my neighbors and how I allow them to show up for me. Like, I used to watch a lot of tarot reading while I was in my when I was living in my car. And I've noticed that tarot reading, as entertaining as it may be, can be draining because a lot of tarot readers, they work, you know, working consists of, you know, making sure boss man eats, and they work for YouTube. So they're learning to operate in a way where they're still working for the system. It seems like they're not, but energetically, they show up in a different kind of way than they assume. Some tarot readers have a really good resonance about them, I'm not going to lie. But others, you can tell that it's more so just for personal gain. Some are karmic, some are definitely light beings that are shedding light and helping heal the collective. I'm not judging who does what. It's just, it is what it is. So when I moved to this apartment, I was learning to show up for people how I wanted them to show up for me. Meaning, if I see that everyone here is in a relationship with kids and I want a certain kind of help that helps me get through my day, I was also supposed to, you know, be able to extend that kind of energy frequency to other people too. My thing is, being homeless for 9 months and being in a abusive relationship, I wasn't able to really show up for anybody because I still hadn't had anybody showing up for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Right. So I didn't have anyone showing up for me yet. So I didn't really know how to show up for anybody in the community. However, I know I'm born to be a leader, but, you know, I feel like if I was able to, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe communicate what was going on with me, that would change the way that people would show up for me. I'm like, hey, you know, I'm a new neighbor. I do want to show up for you. However, I'm just coming out of this situation. So just give me some time to heal. I make music. I am trying to feel comfortable here. I don't want to step on y'all's toes, but I also don't want you to think that you got the right to step all over me either, in the most respectful way. But again, because I'm still learning how to be alone, living in a place, because remember, when I moved into my last apartment, I lived with my brother first. He was like a liaison of energy. And my son didn't move with me initially when I first came here. Like, I was setting up my comfort level, my environment before he got here. And then I mistakenly also let my toxic ex back into the space as well. So that kind of disturbed the energy that I was trying to rebuild, right? Because I'm all sitting here forgiving, trying to give chances to people to, show me that they're not who I think they are. Because I'm a big believer in people make mistakes and you should forgive them because God gives us the chance to get up every day. God, universe, source, your mother, your father, your grandparents, whatever you believe is the higher power. I'm very much into ancestors, universe, and my ideals. But you're also welcome to believe what you want to believe, right? So, I very much believe in that. If my grandparents can forgive me as much as I used to be bad when I was a kid and they didn't whoop my tail, put their hands on me, I wouldn't want to spiritually whoop nobody's ass in my apartment complex. I wouldn't want them to assume that I was doing the same to them. And, I just wanted to have a respectful environment so that my 13-year-old could grow up here while he's in middle school and transition into high school and have a peaceful life. I ain't want no problems with nobody. I wanted to be peaceful, mindful, but I didn't want to also allow myself to be so friendly that I allowed people to just drain me and just take advantage of my kindness. Like, oh, just because she's a beautiful soul and she's innocent don't mean that I just get the right to just jump up in her skin and just take everything from her, because people tend to do that when you are on your spiritual journey because they think you're so weak and so spiritual that, because like grandparents, when they start getting more spiritual, they realize it's better to be open to have people pour into you than be a dominant presence because, you ain't got much time left. People always trying to steal your time thinking that you just got, oh, why is grandma so nice? Grandma nice because she's trying to get some time from you, Grandma trying to be, I'm not favorable, not likable, but it's another word I'm looking for right now. Like my great grandmother called me last night. Can you come past the house tonight? Or can you come past the house tomorrow? You need to make some time to make your way over here. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out where there's a spiritual attack I'm feeling coming from. I'm feeling like I'm choking. I'm like, what the hell? It's her holding on. Like basically, what she said. When you were born, I was the one that made space for you. So I'm expect you to make some space for me. Hold me, keep me safe. I'm going through a time of anxiety and alone. Your grandfather's not doing too well. Assist me. So exactly what I'm wanting from my community, someone's asking for me. Like to the point my grandmother even wasn't giving her my phone number so that she couldn't contact me, things of that sort. All right, they really trying to, I guess, snuff them out and keep them alone. But the thing that I've always realized is the more you bless your ancestors and respect them, the more blessings you get for actually being a decent, kind, genuine person. So I never tell her no. But of course, I won't overextend myself to the point of, self-disrespect, self-treachery. And that's what we also have to learn in our spiritual journey, even while starting these new beginnings. And I think what you learn with new beginnings is that people will expect you to show up a certain kind of way for them, but not extend that same energy to you. That's what I'm learning every day. I'm never going to say I'm a master and I know everything. I know a lot of things, but I don't know everything. But I do know that my son is here. So I'm not trying to, have him outed and ousted to everybody in the collective, right? And I live here. I got people that I live around right here. See, a lot of people that make content, you'll notice that they'll go into a public area to make their content, right? A lot of tarot readers, they'll go into a public area to make their content. Most of them don't make their content where they live at. Why? Because they want to keep their actual personal location private. They don't make their content in their house. They don't make their content with their family. They want it to be personal because they want it to be separate so that you can draw a line of security and privacy in between work life and personal life. And that's what I'm learning, or that's what I learned with my last apartment. right? In my last apartment, I learned to be more private about my personal life. Meaning, I was doing hair from inside my apartment, and people knew where I lived at. So everybody's spirits was like through my house, and I wasn't spiritually aware back then, so it didn't really bother me, right? But for people who were spiritual, it was like, oh my God, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So in this chapter, I learned to not do people hair in my house, but then, you know, I needed to pay my rent. So I still, against my will, instead of going to these people's houses, I let them travel to my home and get their hair done here. Now their spirits are kind of like ingrained in my environment, right? And it's like, I don't really deal with these people except for doing their hair, to the point where somebody still owe me money. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Because if you was to, you know, do what you do for a living for somebody and they didn't give you all your money, you'd be at their neck like the damn cartel. So I'm confused. But people don't extend the same grace that they want. And you also learn that when it comes to new beginnings. Hold on one second. Okay. So, with all that being said, with all that being said, starting a new beginning might consist of you leaving some people in the past. That could be ex-boyfriends, business partners, relationships from the past, right? Like people trying to come your way. Because during this release process of me starting a new process, I was releasing something old, like that toxic relationship. I realized that I was being toxically bullied through an organization, through a company, through a business that I wasn't even benefiting from. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I outed it. I'm like, because I don't want to be associated with that kind of energy. I don't do energy harvesting schemes and scams. I don't do, you know, hey, I'm making content, but while I'm making the content, I'm letting you know that this is how we move around here, and yeah, we thugging over here, and so just let's subscribe, and I can't wait to meet you in the next video. Like I don't do that. That's not how I operate. That's just never been my personality type. If I had people in my energy that operated like that, I always apologize to people because I never knew it until I knew what I knew. All right. Moving forward. You're going to start new relationships throughout your life for eternity. It's never going to be one day where it all just stops and you have a constant and no more new because when it comes to being a human, you got to re-stimulate your environment. That's why they always tell you to move furniture around for feng shui, stuff of that sort, right? So with that all being said, I learned in this journey, at this level, there are going to be new devils, new rooms, new opportunities. Where is my bronzer? Of all things to be missing, why would this be the thing? Oh, it's right here. So, yeah, people will become, you'll learn to work with people in a different manner where they'll kind of like assist you, but in the same breath, if you don't do shit right, it's going to hinder you if you don't understand the concept of what's going on. So, without further ado, it's almost time for us to get into the reading. I'm just trying to carve out my cheekbones real quick. Yeah, so I'm learning to heal and understand people from different perspectives, and people keep on hitting you with the, oh, it's like, Don't make this lesson even harder than it was to learn to begin with. Jesus Christ, I'm still learning. My goodness. But while I'm learning, I'm still teaching, because, I mean, everybody learns and teaches in real time. You learn to say ABC when you learn to say ABC, you know, not a second sooner. When you see what an A is an A, and a B is a B, and a C is a C, you get it right then and there, and that's when it happens, and that's it. So I'm always grateful for lessons. But again, like I said, when it comes to new levels and new chapters in life, you will have to leave certain things behind, or people will still be attached, but just in a different manner. Meaning, like, say you had a bus, and the bus got 18 wheels on it. You might have to not necessarily favor sitting in the middle of the bus anymore, because that certain wheel, when you sit right there, it squeaks a certain kind of way that annoys you. So you might need to change your seating on the bus and either get closer to the front of the bus or closer to the back of the bus, based on your skill set and how you contribute to the environment on the bus, right? That's the part of life that I'm learning right there. Which seat on the bus I need to have in my life. Because if this is my tour bus and I want to have a seat on my bus, I think I should be able to sit wherever. But I also want to sit in a space that's conducive to what I'm doing, so that I'm not messing up my own stuff, right? And that's when you learn to make new partnerships. So like I said, when you try to start making these new partnerships, however, you will be tested about your trustworthiness with the passengers on the bus, with the money it takes to run the bus, the gas, all of that stuff. You will have to be appraised with your responsibility level with access to certain resources on the bus. Okay? And that's just how life is. But that's the beautiful part about life, because guess what? Even if you mess up, you still got chances to try again. Okay? So in that new season, people are going to expect you to show up for them in a certain kind of way. And you're just going to show them that, no, I don't show up like that anymore. I don't show up like that no more. That's not the version of me that I exist as anymore. I want to do this, this, and this, and I want these people on my team. How does that work? How can I make that work? Okay? And you can't tell anybody how to run their business. You can't tell anybody how to run their show. You either get with their program or you get gone. And that's the part that I'm like, thank you. And that's the part of the story that I'm on, learning how to be okay with not being on every single bus ride that's offered to me, if that makes sense. Understanding that every single ride I get might not be for me. I might have to take the longer bus route. I might not get to ride on a plane. I might not get to ride on a private jet. You know, somebody might have a private jet especially for me, but the cost for that ticket might be one that I'm not willing to pay. Especially if I can't take certain people on the trip, on the jet with me. You get what I'm saying? What's up, love? Like, I might not be willing to take that private plane just because, oh, like, you know, that costs what? Oh, see, I don't know about all that. That's why you always read the contract before you just dive all up in it and just be like, oh, yeah, new home, new friends, new life. Then you realize, whoa, wait, this costs way more than my last life. Because every level up does cost. That's also a part that they don't want you to remember. Every level up does cost you a grip. Especially when it comes to like making a superfluous amount of money. Right? Ooh, excuse me, hold on. So a lot of people aren't willing to pay that price to get on that plane They want to get on the plane and just run the plane their way. And it's like, that's not how that works. If you get on this plane, you got to pay a certain price to be here. That's like with any contract, any job, any friend ordeal. In order to sit with me, this is what it costs. Now, a lot of times people are not going to flat out say that. Like, it's going to cost this much of your time, this much of your energy. This is what you expected to do here. And yeah, get with the program or shut up. No, I'm not a dude. I just talked about how my 13-year-old is taking a shower, minding his business. So, no, I'm not a dude. But I think I'm just about done with my makeup so I can start y'all's reading. Yeah, my 13-year-old son is here, so please come on here with respect as if your own child is here. Because if you come over here with that bullshit, it will be sent back to your address. Am I rich? I'm rich in spirit, rich in knowledge, rich in wealth and health. My eyelashes are all in the bathroom with him, so I can't get my lashes just yet. Can't get my lashes. Oh my goodness. He said, okay. So, let's see. Let me get this eyeliner on and then we can start the reading. Because I'll just get my lashes to end the Why aren't you monetized? I need about 30 more followers or 30 more subscribers and then I'm monetized. Why did I just hear somebody say, oh, okay, cool, okay. All right, we're just going to go ahead and, yeah, put that in timeout because I don't know what that is. Whew. Okay. But yeah, when it comes to starting a new beginning, you just got to set your boundaries and just be clear about them. Not disrespectful to anyone that violates them, but just like, you know, keep on letting people know, like, this is my boundary. This is my boundary. This is my boundary. This is my boundary. This is where I could meet you at. You know, this is where I could, you know, this is it. This is how I can, okay. Okay, y'all. Marcel, you good? Huh?
I'm gonna go through.
Huh?
I'm gonna go through.
I have not looked inside of the dryer yet.
Could you?
Go look in the dryer. Oh, y'all.
We have to leave within the next 7 minutes. Why? Cause my school is 11 minutes away, and I want to get there early. Huh? I want to get to school early.
Alrighty. What am I looking for? My comb. All right, we're back. Okay, so he wants to be to school early. We gotta hurry up and go. I just realized what time it is. I gotta hurry up and put this eyeliner on. I might not even be able to get y'all reading all the way in. Hold on. So as this all pertains to your spiritual growth, right? Based on how you show up spiritually, whether you are closer to your spirit existence or your physical existence, whether you've crossed over already into 5D consciousness, or if you're still in 3D consciousness, or if you're 12 ether, if you literally like have gone ghost, whichever level of consciousness you exist at, right? Whichever dimension you operate from, low, high frequency, low frequency, red, blue, green, purple, whichever chakra you love, whatever your favorite color is. You know, oh, that looks so weird. But I'm not about to fix it because it's not really about where that's at. It's about the lashes anyway. Almost lost these bad boys to my car. My lashes are magnetic, and I do actually sell these on my website. So if you guys wanted to order some magnetic lashes, because they're so easy to install in the morning, feel free to do that too. Alrighty. 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 It's like putting together a Lego set. Chris Snap, Chris Snap. Hello to your boyfriend. Okay, hi boyfriend. Alrighty. Voila. And that's how easy it is to put on magnetic lashes. That's why I use them, because they're easy to install. Okay. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, yes. A little spritz for your edges, your edgemacallets. All right, little Huzzah there. All right. I haven't heard of. Have y'all know about the girl that the hijab wearing rapper Neelam? I ain't heard nothing from her in a long time. I wonder how she's doing. I don't know why I just heard her. If they want all the smoke, we can bring all the flame. Let them know. Crown, crown. Let them know. I just heard that in my head. So shout out to Neelam. Her song just randomly came through my crown. Okay. Yes, we're in our lay low state right now. Ooh. It might be ponytail stage for the hair. You know, there's a point in your hairstyle, flat iron life expectancy, where it's time to do a ponytail. I think it's time to do a ponytail. Yeah, I think it's ponytail time for sure. Okay. Let's put on our watch. Actually, okay, it's not all the way charged, but all right, I'll just charge it on the way to school. All right, quickly, I'm gonna do y'all's reading. I'm gonna give y'all the word of the day and read for y'all. So today is the 8th, and it says, enjoy liberty. Blessed, happy, and to be envied is the man who is patient under trial and stands up under temptation. For when he has stood the test and been approved, he will receive the victor's crown of life, which God has promised to those who love him. James 1:12. Life is miserable when we don't listen to anybody else or when we get mad every time somebody doesn't agree with us. To be so emotionally ruled and so controlled that we are stressed every time something doesn't go our way is bondage. When Jesus sets us free, it means that we are free, not to get upset just because we don't get everything we want. It is wonderful to be free. We can give thanks for the liberty to receive God's help and walk in patience. Despite our circumstances, our lives can be happy, blessed, and peaceful. We can experience joy no matter what the situation may be. So again, just like I said, you're going to be tested when it's time to make a transition into something new, but you can't get that blessing until you've shown and proved that you are worthy of the transitional abundance. So that means even when stuff pisses you off, instead of throwing spell work and all kinds of crazy stuff that people be doing these days, you show that you're going to be respectful to people, you know, show that you are willing to hold space for people, be patient for people, be kind for people, you know, be understanding, be a human for other humans. You know, you can't just be this brick wall of, you know, I'm an OG, respect me, all that energy is weird. Like sometimes you gotta be able to bow down to your equal. Okay? You gotta bow down to your equal sometimes. Damn, you fine. Appreciate you. I'm sure you are too. All right. Very much alien over here. Oh, let's see. World card. So you're gonna get you're gonna definitely deny access if you need to. You are gonna get a favorable outcome coming soon. Favorable outcomes are in the future. So if you've passed the test, favorable outcome, obviously, right? So it seems like you guys will be passing the test. The trial of tribulation of holding space. Let's see. Full card. Take this leap of faith. You know, full card speaks to taking the leap of faith. Okay. 0. Jump into it. 0 thoughts behind it. Just jump. Go. Okay, 2 cards. Ugh. There will be a battle before you do it, and that's the truth. The 9 of Swords speaks to a little uphill battle, and that's the truth. But what change in transition does not come with battle, right? Okay. Anyway. I have evil telepathic neighbors. Shoot. Don't we all? That's the test. Stay in your imagination and keep on manifesting peace and prosperity over your life. That's the only way to make it happen. You gotta fake it till you make it. Most rappers will say in their songs, I ended up here because my girl said fake it till you make it. You're in love with somebody else. Maybe I could offer some help. Get over them by getting under me. All right, so what we're going to do is actually block you out the chat, Will's Products, because I don't know what the hell you doing, but yeah, you gonna go into 24 hours of timeout. We don't do that over here. You got to go. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was about. Sorry about that, y'all. Trolls be coming in here trying to energy harvest off of people. I completely apologize for that. That mishap in the energy. My apologies. Racist, like, oh, well, nope, we gotta go again. Yeah, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. We are not gonna do that. We are not doing that. Okay. Lover's card. So this leap of faith and standing your imagination is gonna manifest some kind of love for you. Congratulations on a new relationship. And an unlikely partnership coming up soon. Very unlikely. It may end up with somebody getting sick, but it will be an unlikely partnership. Somebody's gonna teach somebody how to hunt. I do have him off on my channel, but he's not here. I don't know why. I haven't seen him in a little while. We have the King of Wands, fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Might be a part of this unlikely partnership. 3 cards flew out. Craziness. They will help you get through a portal. And the message is you will be celebrating when you get there. What's up, baby? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You don't even have pants on. I'm ready. Go do that. You see, I got clothes on, right? Okay. Bottom of the deck, devil energy. So during the celebration, you'll find a lot of abundance coming through. So be ready for that abundance. Abundance. High Priestess card at the bottom of the deck. Devil right behind that. So High Priestess may be involving herself in some openly seductive energy. Because of some love at first sight somewhere. Oh, shucks. I'm about to have love. I told you I might meet my husband today. All right, let's see. What else, collective? What else? Knight of Pentacles. Oh my God, how he get? Oh, and it came up in reverse. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles may feel adverse about this situation. Well, I seen another card in reverse. What was that? I don't usually take reversals, but what was that? I just saw something in reverse. The child that was fighting, or that tricked death, was in reverse as well in the deck. Maybe they were not able to trick death. All for celebrity status. King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Due to some kind of secrets, moon magic, moon cycle, a release maybe to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Star energy at the bottom of the deck. This is going to be a blessing because of somebody's transitioning, or someone's finally going to transition and it's going to bring them a blessing. And it came with a lot of hard work and a lot of self-work, internal self-work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Justice at the bottom of the deck. I just saw the Justice card at the bottom of the deck. This is my first time I've ever seen cards in reverse. I've never had reversals in my deck ever. Like, I never pull reversals ever. All due to a Queen of Pentacles. So this is a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus female that may have helped with this transition for a King or Knight of Pentacles. A lot of us have. That's how you know that you're chosen. God didn't let you gun through what, 9 different portals of ascension. Empress energy, yeah. You might be in your Emperor or Empress energy. It goes either way in tarot. So hold on, y'all. You ready? Okay. Your spatial awareness is very important at this time. You might have some annoying parasitic people. I really do, but it's more so a person in my energy is trying to like energy harvest off my shoulder type shit. Like, get down. We got be a student, and gift will come with being a student. So Empress will become an Empress after they become a student and receive their gift. Receive the gift. I'd break down this reading a little bit more, but it's time for me to get out the door. Okay. So tomorrow when I see y'all, I'll be on here a little bit earlier so I can give y'all what y'all need. Also, it's a Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, and I'll be back with another one tomorrow. Peace, love, hair grease, and everything in between. Tools in your body help you manifest them dreams, okay? All right. I love you. I hope you love you. And remember, have a good day. And if you can't, we'll stay in the house. But yeah, peace, love, hair grease, and everything in between. And remember, here on this platform, you are heard, seen, and loved. All right, y'all. Peace. Oh, don't forget, subscribe to me on social media at Euphoria on all platforms. Also, what you need to do is go on my Apple Music account and go subscribe to my channel. Okay, listen to my music, breath work, meditation, also my melodic rap. If you like rap music, if you like spoken word poetry, I also provide that as well. So go ahead on Apple Music and all streaming platforms, Tidal, Spotify, all that, and tap in with me, lock in with me, and listen to my stuff. It's in the description of most of my videos down below. If you don't see a description of my video, I'm currently editing today because it's Monday. It's my spatial editing day. So, yep, just scroll down below and get all that information. All right. Peace, guys.